Oh, hi there. I apologize. I was playing a very soothing, relaxing game where I deal with Tamagotchis. Let me just put that down now. And let me proceed to help you. First of all, welcome to the GameStop. This is a family-run company where, since I grew up, my parents were absolutely invested in video games and the way that they make people feel, so they decided to start a store of their own to help others who wanted to enjoy the loves of video games. Truly, what an honor for you to also come and experience my family's business and love for video games. In any case, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Elaine. Thank you for coming to our family store. How may I help you today? We have an extremely large selection of games to choose from. So you're looking for soothing and relaxing games, is that right? Well, isn't that wonderful, because you've come to the right place. So, do you know what type of platform you're looking for? Okay, so you're looking for older games for typically a type of older platforms. Now, do you have any platforms in particular that you're focused on looking for? Because I can think of a million games right now that would help soothe you. Okay, so the original Nintendo DS, and that's because, yeah, you noticed I was playing it earlier. That's absolutely fine. So I'll look for some games for that. What else? The PS2, great. And the Wii. And wow, a Windows computer. I can think of a lot of games right now. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go get some games from the back and bring them to you, just so that I can help you find a selection of nice, relaxing books. Hold up 2 seconds while I go get some for you, okay? Thank you for being so patient with us. I'll be right back. Okay. Hi, I am back. I have quite a selection of stuff for you. I'm just gonna set this down on our counter, and then I even had some things in my pockets that I did not find cases for, just because sometimes people come in and then they sell individual items. So what I have just a couple of games here that, if you have the Nintendo DS or something older, you mentioned a Windows computer game. I think you might have something older, so I do have a little bit of a Game Boy Color game here too. But I'll save that for the last one, because these are some of the most special games. Almost every single game in here I have played all the way through, or at least a little bit. There has been no game that I have not played in the store, just so that I can be well versed in helping people such as yourself get exactly what they want, okay? Great. So, based off of my shirt, I'm going to start with the type and genre that I have right now for relaxing games. So, I have a couple of Kingdom Hearts games here to show you, and for these, they are on only 2 different platforms, because I just sold the other games that I had here in store for the Kingdom Hearts series. We will get more soon. So right here I have 3 different different Kingdom Hearts games for you. So shall we look through these? Great. So the first one I have here is actually what I have on my shirt, and it is Kingdom Hearts 1. It is Kingdom Hearts 1, and so the basis of these games is that friendship is magic, and if you've ever been interested in Disney or soft, soothing gameplay with cartoon characters, I highly, highly, highly suggest this type of game for you. And I would say that this game is extremely soothing just because the characters' faces are extremely cute. The worlds that you can visit are Disney worlds, which are super adorable and exciting. And if anything at all, the plot is all based off of friendship and getting your friends back, which is extremely wholehearted and to me very, very soothing. Not only that, the music composition in this series is fabulous with a huge selection of musicians and musical performances that they've had. So if you're really interested in music theory and video game stuff, I highly suggest this game for you. So this game, though, is not exactly the first in its series. The first game that's Kingdom Hearts is not this one at all. In fact, there's a game before this one which is called Birth by Sleep, and there's a Kingdom Hearts game which name is forgetting myself right now. I'm forgetting the name as we speak, but it has the actual pre game of where Kingdom Hearts, the idea of it, came from, but that's too much information for you. I'm going off on a tangent now just because I'm really excited about this game. So here's the first one in the series. This is for PS2 in particular, and if I open the box, it has the packaging and then the three main characters here. We have Donald and Goofy, so I think that's quite adorable. Would you like to rent this one? Great. You would like to rent this one out. I'm going to put it right here then. So then here's the second game. Maybe you wouldn't want to rent it now or buy it now. Actually, would you actually like to purchase this game instead? Honestly, I might suggest buying it because I have 3 more copies of these in the back, and typically when you play this game, I promise it's so touching that you'll never want to give it back. Would you like to rent or buy? Okay, you'd like to buy this one. Wonderful. So then I would actually suggest that for the second game, maybe come back and look or play with it after the first one. I still wanted to show it as an option just because sometimes I would like to have the option to see what else is in the series. We have a grander selection of characters, but it still follows the same dialogues of more Disney heroes and villains, more worlds, and more fun magical techniques that can come from the game. So if you'd like, would you like to rent or buy this game right now, or shall we wait? I suggest waiting. Okay, so you would like to wait. Just come back after, then I'll help you again. Next up, we have the DS version. Again, I would suggest renting or buying this one afterwards, but this one is 365 over 2, which is just a series that actually follows. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit before this game. In any case, a little bit of the plot is kind of scrambled. It reminds me of Star Wars, but we won't get into that right now. So it's the same thing where it is just a fun plot with friends and understanding more of the baseline characters from the original game. Again, I'm going to suggest going back and playing this after you play the first and the second. How does that sound? Great, I'll put that one down. So, as well, I'm going to bring this one first. You said computer game, and the only soothing computer game I would suggest anybody on earth would be The Sims 1, and this is the deluxe edition set, which includes The Sims, the first one, just the first. It includes Sims Living Large, Sims Creator, and the exclusive deluxe content. And the deluxe content, if I remember correctly, is just access to the online Sims Live world, which is unfortunately out of commission now. But what it also includes is more packs of furniture and clothing, and as well we have every single extension pack that we have possible. For a warning though, there is a slight bit of a compatibility issue with the software. Now, if you have a computer that is a little bit older in age, you may be able to play The Sims. And if your computer is newer, Windows included a new feature where it does not play older games. But if you have an older PC or an older laptop, it runs like a dream. Anything newer than, if I remember correctly, it's like 2014 is kind of iffy if it will play or not. I have personally asked software engineers if they could find a solution to fix this, and they said absolutely not, because that's not their department, and or because it is a software incompatibility issue. It's not something that you can just fix like that. You have to get something to properly run it. So if you have an older laptop, I suggest getting this one. Or if you like the value of having the vanity of a Sims 1 case and games in your collection, I suggest getting this. Now, what do you think? You would like to get it? Okay, great. As well, for The Sims 1, the creators were Maxis, which I think is now just a part of EA Games. I don't remember correctly, but the music in The Sims 1 and all the rest of the extension packs are so fabulous. I always have them on person just so I can play them in the car, when I go to bed, when I just want to jam out. The music is fabulous, so if you do get it to run, I suggest listening to all the music of the neighborhoods, of the houses, of the radio stations, and just getting along with the soothing, jazzy beats. As well, building houses is some of the most relaxing content I have ever had in any video game ever. The Sims 1 has stolen my heart for that. Now, let's go on to some soothing Wii games. Just because they're all right here right now, I can try and speed up to see if you can like or dislike any of these. Of course, all of these you can buy or rent. So, have you ever heard of the Animal Crossing series, the first one coming from the GameCube? Okay, you have. So, I do have Animal Crossing City Folk, which came for the Wii. And as well, when you purchase this game or rent it, you will also get the microphone that comes with the set so that you can use it as well. We do have a huge Animal Crossing City Folk book so that you can collect furniture and stuff with. You don't have to get it though, it's just an extra $10. And this game, if you've ever played Animal Crossing, is the most soothing and relaxing game of all time. You pretty much live with animals and you build and decorate your house and you go fishing, and it is so friendly and nice. All the characters are nice. Would you be interested in getting this game, Animal Crossing City Folk? You would. Okay, and what about the book? We'll pass on that. Absolutely understandable. Next up, it is kind of an older game, but alas, it is one of the most soothing. More into building houses and stuff. As I said before, I kind of have an addiction with The Sims, but that's because I have my Sims here, and you create, build, decorate, design everything in a town that you make yours. And what I like about this game is that it is the same as The Sims and a mixture of Animal Crossing at the same time, where pretty much what you do is you make friends. You can also make enemies, but I choose not to. You can build, design, decorate your own houses and furnitures and whatever to make your city and town folk the best. And the point is to just make your city the best thing ever. Now, it's soothing also because the music is so cute and the characters are adorable, if you can tell from there. If I flip this around, there's also personal customization for each character, which I find absolutely soothing. Would you like to check this one out as well? You would? Great, I'll put this one down. Thank you for as well being so considerate and taking my suggestions. I think that is very kind of you to also take me seriously, as this is something that is a passion of mine. I mean, it's also my family's company, but as well, video games have been in my life for forever. Now, this game is fabulous that I'm about to pull up. This is Endless Ocean, Dive and Explore. I think that's what it says. Dive, Discover, Dream, Endless Ocean. And if you've ever seen like an underwater discovery movie or TV show or documentary, this is exactly what it's like. If we look at the back of the cover as well, you are an underwater explorer and you are a studier of underwater animals. And you swim, you swim, you swim. You swim in the ocean and you identify all the different types of animals. And you feel safe. You feel safe learning about the information of these animals. Would this be a game that you'd be interested in? It would. I'm so glad. As well, what I like about Endless Ocean is that the music and the sounds and the details of the animals and the fish are so soothing. It is as if the people who made the game really, really paid attention and cared about oceanic life and oceanic health. And it also touches upon subjects of health and environmental safety for animals in the ocean. And it takes you across the maps of what types of different animals and fish that there are in the water. I'm really glad that you took this suggestion because this game is super wonderful. It is kind of an unknown one. I do know that Game Grumps made a version of this game, like they did a cover of it, which is hilarious. But I do trust you that it's not just hilarious. If you do find it funny, it is an extremely soothing and important game, and it really is nice to just explore the ocean. Next up, I've just got 2 more here that are normal, and then 2 that are a little bit exotic and fun. So I have some fun games. I have Super Paper Mario, and I have Kirby's Epic Yarn. Now, if you know the Mario Legends, this one is just kind of an adventure game. It may not be as soothing as you think, but I think the animations are kind of fun. Have you ever played Super Paper Mario? You have? That is fine. Would you like to pass on this one then? Understandable. I'll put that to the side. Now, what about Kirby's Epic Yarn? I would say it's extremely similar to the one of Super Paper Mario because it is an adventure game. Would you like to pass on it because it's an adventure game? No? Would you like to know a little bit more information about Kirby's Epic Yarn? No? You just want it? Okay. There's something really cute about Kirby, so that's very understandable. Now, next up, this may not seem as soothing to other people as it does to me, but I still like to suggest it, excuse me. But it is something that I have been obsessed with since childhood. I have 3 games of this series here. There are a couple more, but I just don't have them with me. So these are the Trauma Center and Trauma Team games that come from the company Atlas. And let's just focus on the first one in the series. Are you interested in like surgical or medical procedures at all, or is that not soothing to you? You just want to know more? Okay, I'll just tell you more before I can give you a decision. I will spare the intense details of it, but pretty much you are physicians who perform medical procedures in order to save people's lives. And I think it's soothing because they're really nice time trials. It's all about skill and quick action. And also the stories are very fascinating and interesting. You can just get lost in them. As well, if you're not just interested in medical practices, I would suggest this game, if anything at all out of all of them, because you can be a couple different medical practitioners, medical physicians. We have 4, 5, 6 different characters here. The first one here is Dr. Hank Freebird, and he is an orthopedic surgeon. This means that they help people who have bone problems and whatever. Next one up here in this lineup is Dr. Tomoe Tachibana, who does endoscopy. So endoscopy being inside the body, if you know what I mean. Next up, I think this character's name is CRS01. He does chercherie, if you know the word in French. The next one here is my favorite character of all time since the whole entire game series. This is Dr. Naomi Kimishima. She does forensics. In the original game, she also did chercherie as well. But in this one, she does forensics, so it's like intellect on understanding a situation, and as well going to older scenes of crime and discovering bits and details that could help you go to court and go piece by piece with what happened with each person. Very interesting. Next up here, I think this one we have to look at the character. Yes. So this one right here is Dr. Gabriel Cunningham. He does diagnostics. The music for diagnostics, by the way, is fantastic. It is so soothing and calming. But if you understand what you do, you're a diagnostician and you diagnose patients. It's really cool. And last but not least, actually one of my other favorite, I would say she's the second favorite of the game. This is Dr. Maria Torres, and she is a first response doctor. They're the people that go on the scene first and start helping people as quick as possible without having as much tools. Would you be interested in this game, or is it a little too graphic for you? You want to give it a try? Absolutely. I trust you. I promise you that this game is actually relaxing. It might not seem like it because it's like trauma team or trauma center, but trust me, the plot line is gorgeous. The character designs flawless. The voice acting is stupendous. And the actual video gameplay is so interesting. It makes you truly feel like you're a part of their world. It's super soothing as well, knowing that you're following the plot line and that you're helping people, which is something that I truly like doing. Next up on this list, I just have a couple more games to show you. So these were the last ones I wanted to show you in the beginning. So I have two Game Boy Advance games here, and these are both Hamtaro games. Do you remember Hamtaro? You do? I'm so excited. So Hamtaro is like the little hamster anime character who just brought joy and light to our life. And these games, this one's a role play game, and this one's just a normal mixture game of just different Hamtaro visuals here. You just play like little mini games. This one is super cute and fun, Hamtaro Hem Heartbreak. And these games are just so fun to play with because you are little hamster characters. Would you be interested in either of these? You're interested in Hamtaro Hem Heartbreak? Okay, I'm going to put that one down for you. And last but not least is the Game Boy Color game that I was talking to you about. Now this one's a collector's edition, so the price is a little hefty. Okay, so this game is $50. If you knew right when you walked in the door, we have a thing where if you're going to purchase a game, point blank, for PS2 games, if you purchase them, they're $15. For computer games, they're $15, and for Wii games, they're also $15. Now, if you're renting them, PS2 games cost $7.99. Computer games cost $5.99, and if you're renting Wii games, they also cost $5.99. So this one's particularly different because this is a collector's edition, and this is Pokemon Crystal version. If you can tell right here, this game is super duper fabulous. What's also lovely about it is that it has that perfect, beautiful, partially transparent look, very similar to the Game Boy Colors that came out at that time period. And this game, without giving you too much information, if you've ever played it or heard of it before, is one of the most dynamic Pokemon games ever made, I promise you. As well, it's just super close to my heart just because it is a true, full out through, thoughtful Pokemon game. Everything about it is legitimate, and there is no trickery to be had. There is no extra character dynamics or gameplay dynamics that you wouldn't have any information on. And it is as beautiful as it possibly can be. Now, this one you cannot rent, you have to buy it. Would you like to purchase this lovely, soothing, and relaxing Pokemon game? If not, just to keep it as a collector's item or just to look at it. You would. Very fabulous. Thank you so much. So, now it is time to check out all of the other games. So before I check you out though, do you have any other games in particular that you'd like to look or check out? We can also rent out systems for you or chargers or something like that. No, you would not. Okay. So, we accept two types of cards. We accept debit and credit cards, and we also accept Starbucks cards because we are affiliated with coffee companies, as they have actually supported us for much of our beginner profits, and it's been very nice. So we accept both debit and credit cards and Starbucks cards. So may I please get a card from you? Thank you. So I have your little card here. And then the total of everything that you're going to purchase here, you said you wanted to actually just... You did. Okay, great. Let me just scan everything really quick. I'm just going to go one by one. There's the first one. Here's the second. Let's see. There's the second. Let me type that in. I have to type in collector's editions. Here's the third one. Gonna go to the back. Great. Here's the fourth one, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Let's go to the back. Wonderful. I apologize, my earpiece keeps coming out of my ear. Here is this one. This one's Endless Oceans. This one's My Sims, so we're just going to Great. I have to write this one different because you wanted to rent this one. Great. Here's Animal Crossing City Folk. You said you wanted to rent this one as well. Awesome. Here's The Sims Deluxe, and you said you wanted to actually buy this one. And then let's go to Kingdom Hearts right here. Thank you so much for supporting my favorite genre as well. Wonderful. And then let me just run your card really quick. Excuse me. I wanted to say swipe and run at the same time. So I'm just going to. And now, would you please give me your name? Thank you. Now, what about a home address that we can reach you out because some of these are being rented? Now, is that on Sleep Lane or is that on Pillow Lane? Okay, Sleep Lane. Okay, and then could you have any more information on how we could reach you, such as another email address and a cell phone number? Okay, an email address first. So let me type that in. What is it again? Okay, so it is capital I love sleep 43@gmail.com. Perfect, and then a cell phone number. Okay. Great. And so for the ones that you purchased, you don't have to return at all. For the ones that you've rented, you can return them back in 5 weeks. Anytime before that as well, if you want to come in and return it, go for it. But 5 weeks is your limit. We will be giving you a reminder at the 4th week with a text message, and then 2 days before, and then 1 day before for understanding where you are in your renting cycle. So thank you so much for coming as well. I need to give you your card back first. So here's your card. And then here is your huge selection of video games that you have rented from us today. I'm just going to put this on the table so that I don't disrupt it because you're still putting your card away. Thank you for coming in to our lovely store, our family store, and I hope you enjoy all of your games. Thank you so much for also heeding my advice. I am positive that I gave you some super good games to rent out, some very interesting and explorative, and others just absolutely dreamy, calming, and soothing. Until the next time, my beautiful new friend, we will keep in contact, especially because of those rented games. Ciao and later now. Bye bye.